To make our henna paste, we're starting off with our henna powder and sugar blend, our lemon juice and lavender oil. We also need a small dish of water, a teaspoon or some sort of measuring device, and also something to mix it with. I'm using a fork, but you can use whatever you'd like. To start off, we are dumping the entire bag of henna powder into a dish, a mug, a bowl, or anything of your choosing. Now that we have our powder, we are going to add in our lemon juice and lavender oil blend. I'm going to start adding water, 1 teaspoon at a time. I'm going to start with 3 teaspoons and then mix from there and see if we need to add any more for the consistency to be correct. I can see that there wasn't enough water to mix the powder, so I did add 1 more teaspoon. And I'm mixing it again, also trying to get all of those lumps out. And it looks like I need just a little bit more water, so I added about 1/3 of a teaspoon more. Now this is the consistency that we're looking for. You can see that the henna is almost a little bit stringy and it's ribboning off of my fork. So we need to mix until we get to this consistency. You can also see that there are a few tiny little lumps in there. That is okay. They will soften and level out by time you fill your henna cones. So at this point you can get your final mixing complete and remove all of the henna from whatever you use to mix it. Now I'm going to cover my little dish with saran wrap and leave it for 12 to 24 hours in a warm place. It has been about 22 hours for my henna. I left mine outside in the humidity, so my henna was in a warm environment for about 22 hours. So I'm removing the saran wrap, and you can see as I start to mix it, the pigment is being released. So the henna that was on top is a different color than the henna that was underneath. This is a good sign and is showing that your henna is fully developed and that you are ready to give it a final mix and fill your cones. For this next step, you are also going to need the small plastic bag that I included in the kit, some type of glass, a pair of scissors, the henna cones, and a roll of tape. So I'm placing my bag inside of the glass with the edge rolled down, and I'm doing this so that it's really easy for me to fill this plastic bag. So I'm going to remove my henna from this dish using my rubber scraper and let it drip into the bag. I'm doing my best to get as much paste out of that dish as possible, because even a small amount can be 1 or 2 little designs. So it's really important to get everything that you can so that you're not wasting any of the paste. So now that I have it all into my bag, I'm removing it from my cup, and I am closing my bag while making sure that I release all of the air. So I'm pressing down just to get anything extra out of there. Now I'm pushing all of the henna inside of the bag to one corner. You can think about this as like a bag of icing. So to do this, you can use a straight edge like a butter knife, the back of your scissors, or you can use your fingers as well. Now that everything is off to one side, it's time to fill the cones. To do this, I'm just going to release the tiniest bit of air from the cone by trimming off just the very, very end. This should be a very, 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 very tiny cut. No henna should be able to escape, only the tiniest bit of air. Then from here, I'm cutting the tip off of the bag of henna, and I'm going to start twisting the end to build up some pressure so that it's easy to squeeze the henna into the cones. Pick up one of your first cones and you're going to hold it while squeezing some henna into it. The bag of henna should fill approximately 3 cones. Your kit does include 3, so what I would recommend is filling each one a little bit and then just going back between the 3 and dividing the paste between them. So here you can see I'm holding the cone with my left hand and squeezing the henna with my right. Be careful not to squeeze it over the edges or it'll make it really difficult to seal your cones. Now that I have my cones filled, I'm going to set them aside so that I can rip off tape so that I have it ready. Each piece of tape should be about 2 inches long. It's important to have this length or else the cone will come undone and henna will explode everywhere. So now that I have tape, I'm going to push the henna to the very top of the cone. You can use the back of your scissors or just press with your fingers. You can see how the henna goes the whole way to the very tip. Now I'm going to fold in the edges, so you can see first I'm folding in the right edge towards the middle and then the left. And now I'm going to start to roll from the back in small increments. So here you can see I did one tuck, and I'm just going to keep rolling it until there's a lot of pressure. You can notice that no henna is coming out from the front, which means that when I cut the cone before I filled it, I cut just the right amount. So here I'm putting my tape on the cone. I'm holding the pressure with my left hand while attaching the tape with my right, and I'm doing it from the side without the creased back towards the front so that I can maintain as much pressure as possible. I'm going to do this with my second cone as well, and notice that when I apply the tape, there is a lot of pressure built up inside the cone to the point where when I press down on it, it's going to almost feel solid. You can complete this process with the remainder of your 2 cones, so again folding in from each side towards the middle, and then rolling from the edge until you meet to where the pressure is full in the cone, and you're applying your tape from the non-rolled side towards the other side to maintain that pressure. When you are ready to create your first henna design, cut a very small amount off of the tip of your cone, and you should test this before you cut off more. Work in small increments for this, because the last thing you want is to cut your cone too thick.